Thank you for watching Next Trekking Adventure in the series on exploring St. Croix Part 2, where we have some of our friends from Yellowstone come visit us and we give them a week's tour of the island. We take them into Christiansted where we find some of the true treasures of the island that you can still find today, and then we visit Buck Island National Monument. So let's get going and have some fun. Yay! You guys made it! We're going to pick up our adventures in the port town of Christiansted, a must-see when on St. Croix. Christiansted is a town on the northern shore of St. Croix, one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. On the waterfront, the Christiansted National Historic Site features several buildings from the Danish colonial era. This includes the Customs House with an elegant stairway and Fort Christiansted, originally built in the 18th century to protect the town from pirate attacks. Well, hey, so we're in Christiansted and we're real close to the camera because of wind, people. Anyways, we want to take you guys into the forts that were here. There's some historical buildings, national parks, and we're going to take you around and show you some of the things to see and do.
In Christiansted.
Yeah. And you know, I should have videoed Sonia's. Show them what you got at Sonia's. So it's the original.
Got hooked.
Yeah, she got hooked. And tell us what the hook means.
So the village ladies used to use their spouses' fishing hooks when they went out on the trip. And then you wear them this way if you're married, or the other way if you're single. And then they would wear those until their spouses came back.
Yeah, so she's wearing it up the arm. That means she's married, people. All right, well, come on, let's take you into the fort and see what and show you what you can see when in Christiansted.
Let's go.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So the port closes in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I can't charge you. You want to take a quick look again, but just be sure to be out by
National
4:30.
Parks Pass working here?
It would, yeah, but again,
Okay, you're
all end of the
closing?
day,
Okay.
so just go ahead real
All
quick
right,
if
we'll
you
just-
want.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to have to come back. When you visit St. Croix, don't forget to bring your America the Beautiful pass. It will get you in free into the fort. Sailing for the Spanish, Christopher Columbus landed on St. Croix in 1493. Since then, 7 flags have flown over the island of St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Christiansted National Historic Site includes the remains of colonial fort and other buildings that document the early Spanish occupation of St. Croix, the presence of the Danish in the Caribbean during the age of the expansion, and the diverse richness of life there. Visitors today can learn more about the discovery of St. Croix by Columbus, the Spanish presence in the island, and about Danish colonial life by exploring some of the historic buildings in the park. The old cobblestone street, and then they built the docks over it. The fort does close at 4:30, and that is just not enough time to see everything. Miss Terry and I did go back and tour the fort, but we still had some shopping to do. The girls really wanted to see what's called Chaney and Chaney jewelry. Chaney, for those of you that don't know, is shards of fine china which can mostly be found along the beaches and on plantations. If you are a hardcore Chaney hunter, like Miss Terry has become, you can find these shards almost everywhere, but you can find them snorkeling right on the edges of the surf. This unique Crucian jewelry is made right here on the island, and of course, the girls had to get some. But you can find this right on the beach. And when we saw this, I had a pretty good idea how we were going to spend the next few days with Miss Terry. So in the water we went. You will have to watch our next episode to see where we went and how we did. So if you're not a subscriber, this is a good time to subscribe. While in Frederiksted, it's just not shopping. There's lots of restaurants and fine dining and some bars and a brewery right there on the boardwalk. But you can also see some of the excursions you can take while on the island. And that's our next adventure we want to take you on. We go out with Big Beard's adventure tours out to Buck Island. Back the next trekking adventure. And if you're not a follower of ours, we are full-time travelers. We travel in and out of an RV. In the winter, we kind of jump out of our RV and go to warm tropical places like Puerto Rico, St. Croix, Florida. And then in the summer months, we're going to spend it in Yellowstone. So that's our channel. If you're not familiar with us, Mark and Terry, and Next Trekking Adventure. Today we're doing something really cool too, and we want to share this experience. What are we doing today, Miss Terry?
Going to Buck Island.
So Buck Island is a national monument. It's a national monument. And like 80% of it is underwater because of the coral reefs around Buck Island. They are spectacular, and if you're ever on the island of St. Croix, Buck Island is definitely something they should do, huh?
You have to, yeah.
So we're going out with a company. They have a couple different catamarans and a couple different tours. Big Beards, and we've gone out with them before, and so we kind of know what to expect.
They're our favorite.
Yeah. Every time you do something, it's a little bit different. So last year we went out twice, and both times it was a different experience, and both times was good.
Yep.
Can't wait to show you guys Buck Island and the reef. And if you haven't seen an underwater trail, we're going to show you an underwater trail.
The grotto.
There's a they call it the grotto, and it's really, really cool. So stay with us. We got some cool stuff to show you.
Let's do it.
When you get to Christiansted, practice your parallel parking. That's your pro tip. I happen to be a master at it, but I understand not everybody is. So it's street parking, and you got to hunt for a little bit. Come a little bit early because you do have to walk down to the port. I don't know how early you got to get down here to get a parking spot, but
I don't know either.
all right. We're here in Christiansted. That's where Big Beard starts their tour at. We're going to take you down here to Big Beard's. We're going to jump on the boat. Buck Island Reef is a protected Caribbean gem and is a testament to the untouched beauty of the region. Dubbed one of the finest marine gardens in the Caribbean, this uninhabited oasis teems with a diverse range of plants and animals. It is an amazing visit and a must-do on the island of St. Croix.
Now, Buck Island's a national monument. It's a national monument because JFK said so in 1961. If you did not know, Congress makes national parks, presidents make national monuments. So JFK made a national monument in 1961. When he did so, he named the island itself. The beach we're hanging at now, in Lagoon, will be snorkeling at next. That's 119 acres. Then in 2001, under the Bill Clinton administration, Buck Island was vastly expanded to encompass the entire 19,000 acres that it is today. The island is now less than 1% of the total national monument. For your reference, 3 miles that way, 3 miles that way, 4 miles that way, halfway between here and St. Croix, that's all protected waters. What that means to you today, no sand, no shells, no corals. If you drink too much seawater, make sure you put it back.
Terry, what are you doing?
I never know what I'm doing.
But today, we're on Buck Island.
Yep. Well, Turtle Beach right now.
Yeah, Turtle Beach right now.
That's okay.
Time to take the plunge there, baby. Turtle Beach is on the west side of Buck Island, located about 1.5 miles off the northeast coast of St. Croix, and it is beyond gorgeous. It is a long stretch of sugary white sand and crystal clear waters. It's dubbed Turtle Beach because it is turtle nesting habitat. While here on Buck Island, leave only footprints and take only pictures. After a short stay on Turtle Beach, you'll reboard the catamaran and motor over to the lagoon. As you meander along the snorkel trail through the large coral formations, you will swim alongside schools of blue tangs, trumpetfish, butterfly fish, parrotfish, and maybe even see some of the larger fish like barracuda or reef sharks. Ooh, we're glad we didn't see any reef sharks. If you've never been snorkeling before, or it's just been a while, that's not a problem. The first beach, Turtle Beach, Big Beards will issue your snorkel gear and fins and give classes. If you're still uncomfortable, they will give you a guided tour pulling you along in the life ring. They're very accommodating and they do a fantastic job. The National Parks has done an excellent job curating this underwater trail that takes you throughout the coral reefs. Most of the tour is only going to give you 30 to 40 minutes. You'll want to stay longer. There is a lot to see and a very short time to see it in. We consider this some of the best snorkeling in the Caribbean. In fact, some of the best snorkeling we've ever done. So, Miss Terry, she left me to snorkel back to the boat by herself, so I could take one of my Yellowstone coworkers around the grotto because he hadn't done a snorkeling trail. And what did you see, Mr. A?
The biggest barracuda was following me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Scared me so bad.
Yeah. So the thing about the barracudas is that they'll pace you,
Yeah.
and
Thanks.
and their eyes just like never come off of you. They're just checking you out.
Vodka punch.
Vodka rum.
Guava.
Guava rum punch. All right, so we did the grotto, and we did Turtle Beach. Showed you guys that, and now we motor over, and we go to their little private beach where they do a barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers.
And here.
And here's your pro tip: don't fill up on hot dogs and hamburgers, because at the end, then they serve you mahi.
One of the two.
Mahi. Hey, Mom. Blanca, what are you doing? I never know what I'm doing. Uh-oh, here she comes. Oh, nicely done. That's a 10 for a dismount, Miss Terry. Uh-oh, bye.
Let's see what's going on.
We booked the full day tour. This is a 6-hour tour. Adults are $120. Kids between the ages of 6 and 12 are $90, and small kids under 5 are $28. What's provided is snorkel gear and a lunch, hamburgers, hot dogs, and a fish. They also provide water and a vodka punch. Just be careful of their punch, it'll sneak up on you. Gonna abandon house, Blanca. Here's another pro tip. If you want to go out for a second time with Big Beards, they'll give you 50% off the next trip on that vacation. So if you're there for a week and you want to go out twice, the second one you get 50% off. After a short period of time there on the beach, you reboard and they sail back to Christiansted. Remember, I told you, be careful of the vodka punch. It'll sneak up on you. The next thing you know, you're showing off tattoos and drinking from the jug. F-word. Blanca needs to slow her roll, man. We hope that you've enjoyed our content. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. It means a lot to us, and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you
On our next trekking adventure.